Welcome back to the Warrior pregame show. It's our time slot, as always, to sit down with Coach Andy Lambert and talk about this evening's game. Coach, the last couple of years, the Braves and the Warriors have turned into the most memorable games that you would ever want to see if you're just a football fan. A couple of years ago, it was Tyler Degenhart getting flipped end over end into the end zone in a late victory here at home. Last year, it was here in Sterling as well. It was Ottawa coming back in the fourth quarter for a 2-point victory. And there seems to, I hate to use rivalry these last couple of years, but it's kind of seemed like the last 2 years it's been kind of a rivalry game, a very special game. What do you think the components that have made that such a special game the last couple of seasons?
That's a great question. I probably haven't given that much thought. And we don't do a lot of, the rivalry thing, in our program isn't a huge deal. I would say that there's, the matchups are kind of similar. The defenses, we have the same scheme and we try to kind of do similar things. I think the personalities can be similar at times. Kent is a wonderful football coach, but he's also a wonderful human being. And I can tell you, I remember 2 years ago after they lost here, and we beat them late, and that was really for a playoff berth for them. He came over to Gleason in my office, and we talked, and he's just a great guy, and so there's no real personal. We kind of like playing against each other. There's not a lot of no animosity from our staffs toward each other, and so I think that can kind of similar to the Bethel. Some of those Bethel years where you got a good friend who's an opposing coach, and so it can kind of build into a really positive, competitive experience. And those are the kind of things that we're looking for. We want to play great football against great teams and great people. And you combine those kind of three things together, and I think that's what you get with Ottawa and us, at least here in the recent past.
A few terms that I think are going to be important this afternoon, and I think you would agree: ball control, your running game, and field position. You've done a great job in the first two games making the other team play an awful lot of football on their own side of the 50, and I'm sure that would be extremely important today, that if Ottawa's going to score, make them go 80, 85 yards to do it.
No, that's right, and make them earn it. Don't give up easy kind of stuff. I think some of the field position stuff, the special teams get credit for a lot of that, and certainly the offense as we make first downs, but defense is a huge part of their own field position by getting stops and not giving up 30-yard plays or 25-yard runs or whatever the variable might be. And so making teams drive 80 in 8 plays or 10 plays or 12 plays, I think that's something that can really help with our field position, as well as certainly playing great on our kicking game and our return game and getting first downs on offense.
Clarence Anderson, we talked about him during the week. He's so good at not just catching the ball in the return game or as a receiver, but making that first man miss. That's where he can be so incredibly dangerous. So the improvement in tackling from week 1 to week 2 again has to make another step in week 3. If you miss him, it could be one of those 60, 70-yard plays that you can't allow.
And we've seen that, and so he's not even a guy who has to make many people miss if he's going to go 60, because he just goes, and so it's not like you even have a chance to miss on him. So a lot of that is making sure that we have somebody contesting every catch for him, so that if he does make the catch, we've got somebody there that can slow his feet down and then get somebody else to the point of attack. So we have to contest every catch that he's in on, that he's going to make or that he doesn't make, and that's going to be critical factor for our success on today. The other thing is that don't forget about the other people, because they certainly have other playmakers on their team, and that really is what makes playing Ottawa, not just in the past, but this season as well, one of the greatest challenges that our defense faces.
On your side of the football, you've looked last year and early this year for that guy to be a playmaker for you. And the last couple of weeks, JoJo Curiel has kind of turned into that guy, not just in the return game, but also as a receiver. I'm sure you and Coach Fish have talked this week about we need to get JoJo a few more touches.
Well, we're looking at some of that. You know, it can sometimes guys like that are going to be more natural at making plays within the system, and so, you know, I think there are guys that you look to fabricate situations to get them the ball or manufacture those kind of situations. I think JoJo probably is that kind of player, and certainly will become that kind of player. But I don't know how much we have to force getting him the ball, just because, you know, the position that he plays and the things we like to do with that position kind of naturally create that. And again, I think we're looking for 2 or 3 or 4 guys with the football that we really like, and you know, that's going to be kind of something that we look to establish today.
Defensively, you do a great job at rotating guys in to keep your players, especially that front 7, fresh. Now, we didn't see it so much against Peru, but Southwestern intentionally went to what I would call a hurry-up, not just no huddle, but a hurry-up at times to try to prevent you from substituting freely. From what you've seen of Ottawa on tape, and do you get a feeling, we know Ottawa will go no huddle, do you get a feeling that they're going to try to maybe do a little bit of hurry up to try to prevent some of that substitution?
We would expect that pretty much every game we play. Yeah, particularly if you get down after a big play or into a longer drive, you know, past a couple first downs, then teams tend to like to do that. So we just expect it, and we live with that.
Well, Coach, good luck this evening.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We're here tonight. I'm getting already a week ahead for our afternoon games, but we look forward to visiting with you here in about 3.5 hours, hopefully after a great game and hopefully a great victory. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Coach Andy Lambert, his comments, he's preparing his team to face the number 15 rated team in the nation, the Ottawa Braves. We're going to take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have a look at your starting lineups for this evening's game as the Warrior pregame show continues on HK FM.